Hello, friends. We have extra friends today, and Bree is back.
I'm back. I'm alive.
Alice, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Alice, and I won the CCS ladies tournament.
Woo!
Woo!
Uh, how well, you obviously had a wonderful weekend. Bree, how was
Yeah, it was
your
stressful, but
weekend? It was
it was good.
stressful.
We had a low key weekend. My mother-in-law came in town, but I was sick, and so we hung out, watched Christmas movies, and she made her Christmas cookies. So we had a
That
chill
sounds
week.
amazing. Christmas cookies tend to heal illnesses, so that might have been a trick too while
Chocolate
you were back.
sprinkle Christmas cookies.
Ooh.
My soul is happy.
I went to the Disney outlet store this weekend.
Ooh.
Hence my cute snowman sweatshirt.
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
They're little Mickeys.
It's finally actually like cold enough in Texas to wear a sweater and not die.
Before you hopped in, Alice and I were talking about. Alice was like, "Oh, I'm having soup tonight for dinner. It's cold here," and I was like, "Oh, where are you located?" To see like what level of cold, because being
Yeah.
from Chicago, I get made fun of when I say it's cold down here, and it's
Yeah.
only in the 40s or 50s. But we learned that we do technically have the same barometer of what is cold.
Listen, I've
It's
been on
around
soup
50
mode for the
degrees.
past week.
Oh, I believe that for you.
Soup and computer charger, laptop charger close so I can play on the computer.
Well, let's talk about this weekend. So we had Charlie's Collectible did their 25K weekend. So they had their big tournament on Saturday, which is the tournament that Zan won. And then on Sunday, that was obviously day 2 of that tournament. And then there was a Revival 5K, the women's 1K, and I believe a kids event as well.
That sounds right.
Look at me remembering everything. Gold star for the day. uh, so Alice, you won the 1K and you played a Amethyst Steel deck, right?
That is correct. I played a. It was pretty similar to what most people were playing. There was one main difference, probably. I did not run any Calhouns. 0 Calhouns in my deck. That maybe was a mistake, but it was a decision I made.
Okay,
Uh,
so I was curious because I looked at your list and I've been playing around. So this set I've been mainly on Amethyst Steel as well. And I also am on a list right now without Calhouns. How did it feel not having the Calhouns? Like, obviously you won first place, so you did just fine without her. But
so my reasoning for not really wanting to have Calhouns is just because of the unequal count. Adding in the, I want to call it the Zeus we have at home, but the hero is Thunderbolt. That's the slot of where we normally would put Calhouns in,
I
or an
refer to
extra
it as
dock.
the Teemo along came
Team
Zeus.
of Zeus, yeah. But like I didn't want, because I hate having especially playing Amethyst Steel, not being able to do that curve or having to ink a strength because it's the only thing you have to get your turn 3 or something like that. Like that never feels really good.
No, it doesn't.
But without I if what I'm probably gonna do to this for the for like store champs is I don't know if I'll add Calhouns. I might add like one, but
Mhm.
I'm definitely going to add more 2 drops because there were a few times where I just missed a 2 drop. Even on my final game, I missed a 2 drop. Like and I even like missed a 1 drop some games, but like missing a 2 drop and not having 1 drops, like doing nothing on turn 2, that's really bad. So I don't know if maybe more. I enjoyed Saberwing, Violet Saberwing, the
Okay.
evasive,
Mhm.
just because not a lot of people would have answers to an evasive on
I'm
turn 3 or 4.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
And if you want to spend a strength on a 3/1, sure, go ahead. Like I'll take that.
I
So
have I have a very similar mentality when I'm playing a card like that where it's got kind of a weird stat line, but it's a lower cost card. Or it's, an odd one or two of that I'm playing in my deck. I get very excited when somebody wants to, what I would say, waste their action on, because I'm like, wonderful, now my Pluto is safe, or now my Dumbo is safe. So I think that that's always like a good alternative way to look at how you play some of these cards.
the other thing, the reason I'm not super into Calhouns, is the Cheshire Cat just really changes things. I
Yeah,
killed so many Calhouns with that cat, like
the cat
so
wrecks
many.
her.
Oh my goodness. Like all day I was killing Calhouns and blowing up Chromacons with my Pluto. Like Pluto definitely performed well enough that maybe he's a 2 of if you expect a lot of like dog decks or
Okay.
item heavy decks, especially with if people, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but if people try to net deck Zan's list, which I hope they don't. I don't recommend that. But if people do, like having a way to disrupt those mana rocks, the lanterns, that would probably be a reason enough to maybe run two. And then also Pluto functions like an extra Calhoun. Like it makes your other steel characters get the 2 lore, which I was able to gain at least maybe 4 lore out of it, like total,
Yeah,
which isn't bad.
that's awesome. And that's a really good call out. And we do have Zan's list to look at for sure after this. I figured we'd talk through your list first before we looked at some of the decks from the other events, but I definitely agree. The one thing that I thought was interesting is you are on a 2 count of the Hades and then have obviously your Jasmine and Pluto. Is that what you kind of like lowered your count of Hades to add those into your deck, or how did you feel only having 2 Hades?
Well, my pocketbook only had enough money for 2 Hades, really, and really it only
I
had
can
enough money for 1 Hades.
I
One of
can
those Hades
respect
is a
that.
friend's. I had to borrow a Hades and a Demona for the event. Uh, but even then, like, I don't know, Hades, like, there's situations where, like, it's good to get that extra card draw,
Mhm.
but also I would ink him a lot. I wouldn't always need to play him. So I feel like 2 is kind of okay, but
That's fair.
3 isn't bad if you have it. I don't feel like I need to run 4 in purple steel.
That's a very fair thought. I like it in the later game when my opponent and I are kind of in that weird position of like we're playing back and forth in some of
Yeah.
the tighter matchups. It feels really good to be able to be like, what are you going to do? You want to give me more cards and give me answers, or do you want to help me clear your deck or clear
Mhm.
your board?
Yeah, my list I'm on currently also is just the 2 Hades, and 2 feels like a good number of it where I have them. I can usually get them whenever I need them, and I'm not stuck with them too soon.
Mhm.
Probably
But
something that also really overperformed, I thought, was the small Demona. I mean, she's not
oh,
small, she's a full 6. Like,
the
yeah,
medium Demona.
Yeah,
yeah,
I refer to her usually as medium Demona because I feel bad calling her small Demona
she's
because
not small.
she's a beefy lady and she does her job really, really well.
She's got a gun, like, what's not to love? Like, I liked her. Like, there was a time, like in my finals match on stream, I played her on my turn 4 because I didn't want them to strength away my turn 4 character. Like, if I played a genie, cool, you're just gonna strength and like I didn't want that to happen. Uh, and like, yeah, that it's gonna survive a while.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. Then the nice thing about her into like the Blurple matchup is she can clear a Hades with
yeah.
no problem and live to tell the tale, and then has a couple damage markers so that you can move with Cheshire Cat.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I also like Belle. I mean, not Belle. Sorry, Jasmine.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I'm also just I really like Jasmine, and I'll get to
Jasmine's
it
so
probably.
fun.
How
Jasmine
did
almost
you
cost me the
do?
tournament though. That's the fun story. Um, but I don't know. Like going against Purple Steel, me dropping a Jasmine. Like one time, opponent said, "Oh, I did not expect you to have that," and it just kind of like changed everything. It's really hard to go against. But there are certain matchups where Jasmine's not the best, or it's just gonna get immediately Hades.
Mhm.
But I was only against one blue opponent. My round one opponent was blue steel allies with
Okay.
Jasmine and Scar. And
Mhm.
it was a really close match. Went to game three. I think it came down. She had like 18 or 19 lore. It was really tough, and I had like I think I got the Cobra or the right rose like in the very end, and was able to just kind of like close
Yeah,
that out. But it was so close.
that's one of this deck's hardest matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, like uh, it was that deck, and then I played two dog decks, and then everything else was purple steel. That was my tournament.
So it felt good in that, like, this build felt good in the mirror match then, obviously.
Yeah, feel like I had a pretty good. I think V Wonderland said I had a very anti-evasive build, uh, and I just kind of I would focus on trying to like make sure my evasives were clear. I think of it like a little bit like magic of like flying. It's just kind
Okay,
of
yeah.
that's how I learned to. That was my first ever, even if it was just casual, like my first card game. So I do kind of think of it that way. But yeah, I want to keep the skies open, so I can just kind of quest out.
Yeah.
And yeah,
One card that I play that I don't see in your deck, I was wondering if you've ever tried is the David Xanatos. Just the uncommon from set 10.
is
Uh
that is that the horse?
he's another gargoyle. Whenever you play him, you can choose and discard a card to deal 2 damage to a chosen character. He's literally like he's a one of in my deck, and I love it.
Is he uninkable?
He's inkable.
He is
He's
inkable? Okay.
inkable 3-drop, uncommon. See if it'll
Oh,
that
that
one.
guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
I go off of images.
Thank you for pulling that faster than I did, because I was just like, who I
It's
like.
because I had my list because my list is so similar to this one that I was like, I had it pulled up because I was like, there's only like 2 or 3 card difference.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
And
it? I was like, I have a Xanatos instead
and
of a
that was
Rose.
like most of like the decks I went against, especially like in the top 8 you can see your opponent's deck list.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um so I was able to kind of like that's really what it came down to. A lot of like pretty much every deck I went against had Iagos in them. I chose not to do Iagos because I recognize it's a
Oh
really
yeah.
good card, and I was hoping people would tech for that. So
Yeah,
I was
and
just like,
I feel I'm very similar to you. I don't have Iagos in my build either for that reason. I felt like there's just so much tech against it right now
mhm,
So
that
easy
people
to
are
deal with them.
running actively, not even just like to tech against Iago, like, oh, they're just running those cards because they are good cards in the builds, that it feels bad losing that card so quickly without getting any value from it.
Mhm.
and my finals opponent, Brittany, from I'm pretty sure she's from what is it, Team Villainous? I know she's no, Rules of Villainy. I'm
Oh,
pretty
rules
sure.
of villainy.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
she basically dominated the whole tournament, and she was my only loss because we played in round 5, I believe, and it was the only person I lost to, and then we rematched in the finals. But she had an interesting 63 card deck or something like it was like 62, 63, and the
I
extra
I love
cards were magical maneuvers.
there's nothing I love more than running more than 60 cards. I get yelled at about it quite frequently by our team, because I
Well,
will run 62 cards pretty much regularly.
like when I saw that, I was like, okay, you're not going to be as consistent with drawing potentially things, but you may have more high end cards. So I don't want to let it go out to the end game.
Yes.
But I saw like, oh, this definitely probably helped a lot against other Purple Steel players, like going against them when they played Iago's. But I don't play Iago's, so her magical maneuvers hit a few Cobras, but that's kind of it. Which is
Yeah.
still, it hurts, but it's not as bad as losing it like a Iago.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Well, it was wonderful hearing about your time at the tournament. I was curious how you got into Lorcana.
Sure. It's a fun story. I went to a local card shop, and well, like I said, I did Magic casually. I would do drafting. I learned back in college, like we would play basically Commander before Commander was ever a thing. We didn't have actual Commander cards. We were just 4-player Magic, with whatever cards we found. But I never like went to like tournaments or anything. Around COVID, well, once after COVID ended, I had been doing Magic Arena some, just to have something to do, and I went to a few drafts, and that was really fun. But I saw that Lorcana was kind of going to be a thing. It seemed really cool. I like Disney. I like Disney in like a Hot Topic type of way, though. Like that's the style of Disney I like.
Uh-huh.
uh,
So
but
this set is definitely your vibe.
oh yeah, I love the gargoyles. It's really cool. But I went to a local card. So I've been kind of buying some cards when I could find it, when there was reprints. I went to a local card shop, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the person who was working there was just like really rude to me when I asked about Lorcana and like when the league was, and it was just like it was really off-putting.
Mhm.
Like my wife was like, What was that about? Like, why was he so like rude about it?" And I was like, "I don't know, that's weird, but I'm gonna go show him. I'm gonna show up and beat everyone." And I did not beat anyone. I did really badly. Like hard cut to like '03. I was playing Captain Hooks and like not Captain Hooks, like Captain Hook themed pirate decks with I had like I I
The-
had the guy that gets like I think an extra lore if you have a captain out.
uh-huh.
He's like a 5 cost. I had the hook that's a shift that like that it acts like a scar, but it just I you couldn't win with it. But like I met a lot of really great friends. I kept going, and it just kind of went from there. It was something I could do. I really like saw it as an opportunity to kind of get to like get outside of my like bubble and like kind of get better at socializing with people and getting comfortable with that. And I
Being
feel
an
like,
adult is hard. Making
oh
friends
yeah,
as an adult is hard. I constantly say that, and I had a very similar experience of, oh, I like Lorcana. I like Disney. This
yeah,
Lorcana game is coming out. I've played a little kitchen table Magic before, so I like board games. I like card games. Like, let's give this a try. Showed up at League with a starter deck, got my butt kicked, but met this really crazy lady with a baby.
And then you started talking about books, and the crazy lady went, "Ooh, hello."
Yep.
nice.
I read that book.
And one of I was like, played against this guy that had an enchanted out deck, and I was like, what the heck? You
Same,
just kicked
same.
my butt. How did you do that? Help.
Mm-hmm. And then we made you come to a tournament at the Hunter Burton.
Yep.
When you were like very new, and you were like, "Oh, okay, I'll come. Like, I'll come for the good vibes, new friends. I'll come do it." And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very, very similar. So I know you've played in prior ladies tournaments at CCS. Do you play in and have you played in any other competitive events?
Uh, I I've been to I want to say like 3 others because I know there was like a 5K and then it was upgraded to like a 10K
Mhm.
at one point, and then um and then I went to the first qualifier for
Okay.
the 25, and I bubbled out in terms of being able to get points because there was like a certain threshold you had to meet. I think I was like 6'4" or something like that, or six. I
Mhm.
can't exactly remember, but I didn't earn points, but I tied with people that did earn points in terms of
Okay.
like record.
Oh
It's just,
Yeah.
at that point it's like
breakers.
you either got to get like top 8, you got to make it to the top 32 to get maybe a chance to get into the 50K qualifier, or
Mhm.
do what my good friend did and get top 8 in this last set. So like I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'll do the ladies tournament. So I've been to all 3.
Awesome.
Right? I think there's 3 lady tournaments, right? I
I think
feel like
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
sounds right.
yeah, I think that sounds
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went to the first one, didn't do great. Well, I did okay. I was like 9th or 10th or something. Like I can't exactly remember, but I didn't make top 8 cut. But And then the second one I did make top 8. I made top 4 actually, and then we split the prize and went home. And then this one I got first. So yeah.
Just
Woo.
slowly just climbing all the way up.
We
Yeah.
we love to hear it. Uh, have you been when did you kind of find like the play style that you liked the most? Obviously, before rotations, I feel like we had different decks than we have now, so it sort of probably swapped a little bit. But what did you find that you really liked playing before rotations and now post rotations?
Well, I really found Purple Steel around probably set 6. That
Okay.
was around that set release. There was a big CCS. That's where I met Dan for the first time from Forbidden Mountain and got my doc signed. And then slowly I have a doc that I consider like my lucky charm that's signed by Dick Burns, Dan, and Melissa from the
I
Forbidden
love
Mountain.
that. We love all three of those
They're
Yeah.
members
sweet.
of TFM.
They're good. They're good humans.
Yeah, so that's when I got to meet Dan. I also got Dick to sign it then too. Like, but like I had kind of started watching their content around then,
Mhm.
and they were really hyping up Doc. They were hyping up Purple Steel, and I was like, yeah, this sounds pretty good. This sounds. I had a lot of the Steel cards because I was doing Ruby Steel nonsense that was not working, and I was like, well, I'll just get some purple cards and see how it goes. And I did okayish. But I really like from there, like really like that first CCS, like that playing through all of my rounds for the first time like that really elevated my skill as a player. And so I always do recommend, like, even if like you're a new player, like definitely just go to an event like that, go to a big tournament, play all your rounds, accept that like you're probably not gonna win, but just have fun, and accept, just like let the Swiss process work itself out, and eventually you'll start like it will eventually put you against opponents that are close to you to where you can really kind of like start uh getting
Improving and building.
better, yeah, getting improvements, and also just get experience in terms of just tournament play and what it's like.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh yeah.
I feel like every tournament I play in helps me with not just obviously skill. It's always good to the more you play, the better you get, but being comfortable in the environment, I think, is a huge piece of the puzzle. And I find with each tournament, I get more comfortable and more comfortable. I remember um, I went to the DLC in Chicago and in Fort Worth last year. And Chicago, I was more looking at it from like oh, I'm here with my friends, like this is a fun day and had a good time. And then for Fort Worth, I'm like, oh, like hopefully I want to do better than I did in Chicago. That was like the goal I set for myself. Well, round one, I sat down and my table got called for the feature match because I was playing the Rat, who won the Chicago DLC. And I was like, no. But also, I'm not going to say like, no, I won't be on stream. Like, I'll just do it. Okay. And luckily, one of my friends was in the next row over from me. And I looked at him like I was about to pee my pants because I was so terrified. And he goes, you play me all the time. It's not any different. Like, you'll be fine. And I was like, you're probably right. And like that calmed me down. And I did get my butt kicked on stream. Anyone can always, I tell people to go watch me get my butt kicked on stream whenever they want a good laugh. But it was a really good experience because I think from that moment on, like, I learned that, like, yeah, you're gonna lose sometimes, but in the end, like, it helps you in the future.
Yeah,
And
I
also
completely agree.
the rat, I think his first name is actually Brian, is a delightful human, and he was so kind to me the entire time. He could tell I was terrified and was a very, like, great opponent.
Yeah, being in Atlanta, there's a lot of really good Lorcana players that I see all the time and have to play against. I've played against Zan a couple times at just store champs, which is, you know, it's yeah, I lost every time, but I now and then I think I got like a one game off of him at once at least, which felt really good. But like it always felt like after each time that happened, like I felt like I was improving as a player, getting that experience, like getting to play against Kendall, playing against Jeremy, just all the other people that just like to show up in Atlanta or live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Brie and I are the friend that told me that, like, I play against him all the time. He is a competitive TCG player. He's played competitively in multiple games. And Brie and I both joke that we would like to get t-shirts made and put the date anytime we beat him as like our biggest accomplishment, because to your point, some of these players that, you know, have been playing for ages and have been playing different TCGs back to back to back and float around, it is intimidating when you match into them. But it also, like, if you get matched into them, particularly later in an event, you both earned your spot where you are. So
Yeah.
there really isn't, like, you are no different than them.
Yeah,
And you
that's
just,
really like what Kyle's advice is always to me. He was like, because I was like, I kept seeing him in like, we were with two set champs, and I kept seeing him in like top 4 or top 8. We went to the PPG qualifier, and I got matched into him in the top 8, and I was like starting to get nervous. And he was like, "We have the same record. Like, we're both doing just as well as the other. Like, you were at the table across from me because we're doing just as well. Like, don't psych yourself out, because that's what I have a tendency to do is I get in my head and I freak out and I make Courtney check my deck in between rounds.
And I think it's really
My
important.
deck is wrong, and that's why I'm winning.
Yeah. I think it's really important to have like a friend or someone who can be that hype person for you. I'm not on a team or anything, but like I have a group of friends that when we do like these type of CCS events or store champs, we all like to try to go to the same ones together so that we can be that hype for one another. We'll check in on in between rounds. Uh, like just having someone to say like, Alice, you're a good player, like you're don't get in your head, like you've got this, you can do it, like it can really make a difference, especially on that spot. And like it's really fun to celebrate when your friends are doing well too. Like my friend got top 8 uh and like in the big 25K, and that was such a fun experience to be there to witness that, and then also just having all the memories of like I remember being in a store champ and the first time I made top 8 in a store champs, and like how he made me feel like the best player ever just because I was able to accomplish that for the first time. So like I think having that community um, is really important, and can also likewise really improve how you play.
I completely agree. And if anyone is ever at a tournament and doesn't have anyone there with them, or like doesn't see their people around them, always feel free to find Brie and I. We will happily celebrate your wins with you, or listen if you need to complain about a loss and that your deck was being rude and not giving you the cards you needed. And it's all your deck's fault, because it normally is. It usually isn't you.
All the deck's fault.
It's a card game.
Mhm.
It's there's variance, there's chance. It's not 100%.
Absolutely. Well, should we take a look at some of the other decks from this weekend?
Absolutely.
All right, let's dive in. So here's the
Oh
wild
boy.
card. This is the chaos that won, and I had to watch it twice on stream to understand what the heck was going on at first. And did watch a video after it, even being like, okay, what is this combo again? Like, what do I need to get to win?
It's a Magic deck. As soon as I walked in on the tournament, and my friend told me what Zan was doing, I was like, "Oh, great, he magified Lorcana." Like that's how this plays. Like you empty your deck, you mill it all into the graveyard, and then you
Bring
can
it all back.
do what your deck is, and then you win.
Yes. And I haven't played this deck yet. So typically what I like to do is when I see something crazy like this, I'll play it at League or play it with friends that week after so I can kind of like understand it a little bit more. Obviously, the key components to this are We Know the Way and Monstro, but I do think there are ways to beat this deck. I do think that this weekend it did very well, somewhat due to like the surprise factor. Not to say that it isn't a good deck and Zan isn't an amazing pilot of it, because I do think that this is a deck that you have to understand like how to play it to get to your win cons and the other pieces of, oh, if I don't get my win cons though, like how do I win with this? But it is the Horseman Strikes is a fantastic card.
Not to get lost in chat as I do, but we have it improved documentation on the internet that your husband said he's going to start playing Lorcana and start coming to leagues with you now. So therefore, he is committed for life.
Oh,
Locked in stone.
okay. We have
So which means you need more cards because he has to be able to build his own decks.
everybody, you've heard it here first. I have to buy more cards. How terrible.
For Cameron.
He can be the villain. He can play this deck.
He would probably play it and love it.
Silly
and crazy.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, it was definitely the right deck for the room. And it wow, I like if you watch the streams, like you can hear like how like Liam would talk about how, there's been grumblings, there's been whispers in the dark of like about a mythical deck, and that was true. Like we were all like sharing, like, oh, did you hear? Hey, if you see this, you got to do this. Like, but like if you watch like some of the streams, like when Zan puts down the Monstro and doesn't do anything with it, their opponent's just like, what's going on? Like there was one game and I remember watching, it was like there was an opportunity, maybe the player could have done things a little differently, bounce something back to ink so he could cast a Demona to exert the Monstro and then just focus down the Monstro.
Mhm.
But if you don't know that is what the end game is, you would never do that.
Right. And the fact that like there's 4 Monstros, so you have to get rid of all 4 of them. And then he like the build has Circle of Life, so in theory maybe you're bringing back one of those Monstros. Like it is a very difficult deck to answer. It does make me want to add that medium Demona into my deck more.
Yeah.
Because that would be helpful. Obviously, it doesn't completely take Monstro out, but it helps.
It makes me want to put Pete in, actually.
Oh,
I would
yes.
run Pete just for this, because if I can't take out the Monstro, then if I play a Pete, yeah, at least I buy myself a turn, and I know Zan hates Pete. It's his least favorite card. Nothing, you can't do anything. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's pretty inevitable. Everyone will see this deck pop up. You'll have someone play it at League. You'll have someone play it in set champs. So definitely just be aware that Pete's a good counter to this deck. And then really having an answer for Monstro is going to be critical to preventing this from kind of doing its thing.
I would also say make your opponent actually do the combo. Like, don't accept a concede. Like, don't let them do like, I have the Monstro and this, I have the combo, I win. Make sure that they can actually play it out, because there are multiple steps where you could mess up and actually lose it. Like, this is not an easy deck to just pick up and you win automatically. It's
and
not
I will say,
I saw a whole conversation about that exact thing, and someone saying like, "Don't do that" on like some sort of social media platform.
Yeah, just quickly turn through your deck, ensure that you have it.
Yeah.
Bree, I'm guessing you probably saw the same thing I saw, but I saw
like
a post on the internet. Huh?
About a lucky dime and like someone conceding because they could have dug to it, but then they wouldn't have had enough ink to do it, but they didn't realize that. They just saw the dime and conceded.
It was basically a pretty toxic post about essentially faking your opponent out that you have the combo, but they don't check you on that. So they'll concede. So I do really want to stress that you should make your opponent do the thing. Don't just like let them start the process and say, oh, okay, like I scoop, I'm done. Like, this is a deck that you're likely not going to go to time. Like, you probably won't go to time in these matches. Like, don't be afraid to make them prove that they do have the combo and they are correctly going to win the game. Don't concede to them because you think they do.
Yeah. Because if they're missing a piece, if it's in the ink, if it's in a cat, and they don't have they don't have enough ink to actually play the elephant, and they synchro wrong. Like, if you just synchro wrong, you could still lose. So definitely make them play it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I got very frustrated when I saw that post and was reading it, because it definitely was promoting a very toxic thing to just basically try to cheat your opponent.
Don't try to rage bait me.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of ban in result of this deck, or something is adjusted, just because I don't feel like, this is my opinion, I don't think it really is how Lorcana is intended. Like, I think it's a really unique circumstances that it allows it to work. I wouldn't be surprised if something gets changed, if it becomes a major issue. But also, like, this deck isn't 100%. Like, it's either aggro or if you have removal at the right time. Like, there's definitely ways to. It's not like a surefire win. So.
Yeah. Nope. I agree with that. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens, because I'm not sure. Like, I think combos exist in a lot of TCGs, so I can see it going both ways. I could see them knowing that they had this combo and the ability potentially to see this happen, and just like kind of let it be, depending on like how the meta shakes out for the next few weeks. But I think there's still ways to counter this, and I do think that like you do still kind of have to have the perfect storm of those cards, and if you don't, you can't get it off. So there are ways to come back against it. And then this was the second place deck from the 25K. Brie, all the dogs, all the children want to say hi. It's okay. Don't worry. I see your face like freaking out.
is barking at me because of the computer, and she wants to be in my lap and me not do this.
That's
Oh,
my dogs say hi to your dogs because they hear them now. um, so kind of like you said, we see Iago's here, we see Calhoun's. I do like the Timothy Q mouse. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's meh. I'm super shocked that the Cheshire Cat's only a 3 count. I just love that card too much to not have 4 of them in this build.
And it's inkable.
Exactly.
Like,
we have there's a lot of options for 3-drops. So I only ran 3, but I agree it's a really good card.
But obviously we talked a lot about Amethyst Steel, so I don't have a much much more notes for this list. We did have as I try to there was another CCQ this weekend in Italy. The first place list was a dog's list running the Horseman Strikes and Emerald Chromacon. So honestly, I really like the Horseman Strikes. I think that's a great card. I've seen this Scrooge McDuck shush agent pop up into Emerald builds. But Mom, I want to give kisses.
Oh. Oh, mine also wants kisses. Hello.
all the animals are coming in today.
All the animals. And I have banned mine from my office. So yeah, I think this is a good build. I think this deck is still obviously very, very strong. It is interesting to not see Under the Sea in the build. So I would be interested to kind of see how what matchups this saw.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a very important question in the chat.
Oh, this is Lulu. Say hi. Say hello. She's precious. She's the.
I saw her in the background walking earlier, and I was like, "Oh, baby!"
There are multiple babies in the
I have
room.
3 cats. One is a Victorian child ghost and is probably not going to appear, but his name is Mikey Romance or Romy. And then Zelda is a menace, and he might show up, but Lulu is the oldest, and she kind of holds everything together. She's really sweet.
We have a secondary question. Is Lulu the full name, or does Lulu have a official name?
It's Hey Mads, what is Lulu's government name? Laurel? It's Laurel.
Okay.
Laurel. I think Lulu's better.
Yeah, I like Lulu better. That's fair. I appreciate that. What is her government name?
She was a foster.
Foster fail?
Well, no. Well, we adopted from a foster. She only has one eye that works, and so her foster mom had to take care of her so that she was able to keep that eye.
Oh, I love that.
She's so precious. She's so nice.
And then we did see the second place list was a Blurple, pretty standard. We're seeing, and this was a DKP came in second place. So we're seeing the Woodchuck Guide come in more into this build. But for the most part, feels like it's just running 3 and 4 of most of the cards, only running 2 Cheshire Cats, which I think I could kind of understand in this build why you're running a lower count for that. And then I also pulled mainly because the 5K on Sunday had like they had a good spread for their top four. So they had this list, which I still kind of want to call it a dogs list, but it's not quite as dog heavy. But this is running the Under the Sea. I am still very interested about the list from Italy that was not running the Under the Sea that won the event because it was a 400 plus person event. So it was a big CCQ there. So definitely had to run through its fair share of decks to get there, but I would be intrigued to see how kind of what answers it's trying to like to have for some of its harder matchups without the Under the Sea.
I know my friend who made top 8, what they said was they really enjoyed the Under the Sea. I think they ran 3 of, and then the I don't know the name, but the yellow song that's there, the lullaby, I believe,
Oh,
the reduced.
Della's Moon Lullaby.
Yeah, that worked out really well for them, along with the I can't read it, the Tiger Boy. Um, I remember they had that in their deck as well. But it
Mowgli.
was, yeah, Mowgli, or
Mhm.
maybe not. No, not Mowgli. The
The Raja,
Raja. That's it.
okay.
I just think of Raja as the purple illusion cat. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's a real cat version as well. But no, I remember this deck is pretty similar to what they ran. But yeah, the lullaby along with the Under the Sea was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chromacon. I want that to go away.
Just
That
run Plutos. Run Plutos.
Ugh.
yeah,
So good.
Like,
I do think that some of these lists do make a really good case to run Pluto at this point because we're seeing items pop in as not necessarily one of but like one or two items in a build that I think it makes sense to have some character that takes gets gets rid of items. Are you Brie, are you laughing at your dog? Mm-hmm.
he huffed because of us talking. He's an old man at heart.
This is
He's
what
been up my lap
happens.
the entire time. He's been sleeping. He had a stressful day. He had to go get a bath,
Oh,
and water is not our friend. And so he is like wanting to lay in my lap, me to hold him, and we're talking, and he cannot sleep.
that's very funny. It is funny that this is a question being asked because I was prepared for it. I get very excited when I think about things right before we start, and I actually prepare for things that I usually would have to scramble to find while we're live. But this time, I came prepared. And I know Melissa is going to make a comment because she
What?
already made it once. Yeah, this deck is sorted weird. I'm sorry. I exported it when I had sorted it by set because I organized my cards by set. So it is sorted weird. But
This makes my brain hurt.
I'm
But
bringing Jafar back for Infinity
Nice.
Weekend.
no one is surprised.
See, why is it backwards? I was supposed to play this in the ICL last night, but sadly, my opponent had an emergency, so I just got the win. But I did play it quite a bit yesterday, and it was very fun. At one point, I got 3 Jafars out at once and was able to quest 2 of them and then sing a whole new world.
Ew.
So I won in one turn.
My brain can't even compute the full list because it's so out of order.
Guys,
I'm like, yes, yes.
I didn't
I
want
know
to
some of
download
these
a
guys.
second picture. That was really what happened here.
Listen, my brain will catch up. It's just needs to be there.
The biggest thing, so
I
because
like how you can't put it in the correct order, but you got to make sure all the enchanteds are in there, but not the iconic Hades.
Well, I don't have the iconic Haiti, so I can't put it in there.
Get them.
My magical money tree, please come to me.
Cameron,
Please.
get them.
Well, okay, so the best is I said my magical money tree come to me, and I hear Cameron laughing at me like I'm assuming he thinks he is the tree or something. No, I need to win the lottery or something.
Cameron just needs to buy you more.
And then the next list I pulled was because I can't bring myself to put a ruby sapphire list, so you get a ruby steel or not a ruby steel, a sapphire steel list.
I was unprepared. I have a ruby amber list currently working on.
Ooh, I like. Valid.
I will say one thing about Cameron is the one thing he does not need help with is getting you the perfect gifts, because he's going to know what you want and he's going to get it for you instantly before anyone else has a chance to buy it for you. I'm so mad.
Bree's not bitter at all. So I think this is a fun list. You said you're looking at playing Amber Ruby. Alice, are you planning on playing in any Infinity events this weekend?
Yes, I do have one at my locals that I'm gonna go to, and I'm torn between Red Green Christmas with Robin Hood Sharpshooter and a lot of actions and Diablo, or Purple Green with again Diablo discard.
Yes.
Or I could bring back OG Purple Steel Brooms with even more bounce.
Brooms
So
are
I'm
delightful.
not sure. I miss Enchanted. That was really fun for a good bit.
All right, Melissa, brag some more that you're going to Disney without me. Rude. But don't worry, guys.
Also, yeah, I am salty.
I know that everyone's like, but Courtney, you haven't shared your favorite list. Don't worry, guys. I have a Steel Song list for everybody. Here's a Steel Song list. I will say, I know I haven't played this build yet, but I have heard some people have been a little iffy on the Queen combo in it, and that it might be worth swapping that out. So here's somewhere to start, though, at least for this weekend.
No Steel Song. Let it rest.
No.
It's been so nice to not have to compete against Steel Song as a Purple Steel player for a while now. Like, I don't want it.
That's the hard part. I love Steel Song and I love Amethyst Steel. Those are my two favorites. Like, since I started playing, those like two decks have always been the decks that just like click in my brain. And then I realized towards the end, right before rotation, that like a mid-range or discard Emerald Amethyst deck, those are also very fun. It's fun to discard and just disturb people while they're trying to play, bounce their cards back and bounce my cards back, and it's very fun. So that was the other deck that I was sad to see leave with rotations, but I'm excited to like have Infinity shine for a little bit. I'm also really excited for the promos.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for the promos. I need the cards. I've been waiting so long for it that it's just at this point where it's just give me the card. Give me the promo.
I know. It does it feels like we have been waiting for it forever, because when did they announce the promo?
Like in May? Maybe even sooner.
What would have been before Worlds got announced?
Yeah. It's like, oof.
I
What
think
was
National sounds right. Yeah.
so like January?
Yeah, maybe even before that,
Like
because
we're
I want to
going
say it
almost a
might have
year. Oh, because
been.
they announced it and then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have it then," and then they couldn't have it, and then it like kept changing of when they could actually release the card.
Mhm. Well, and I guess like the other part of it is they announced the whole new world promo for Worlds at D23, I think,
Yeah.
before, and like it was supposed to also be like Worlds was open at that point. Womp womp womp. Uh so like that, I was like, we went through that journey.
That emotional roller coaster.
These are my new glasses and they're the fun ones. So tonight I put if I can get them close enough. Let's see. My hand. They're princesses. I also have villains, but I figured since I had a pink sweatshirt, I would wear the princesses today.
Cute.
What else do we got? Kind of went through the meta, went through Infinity decks. We talked about your strong run this weekend, Alice.
That's so
Thanks.
exciting.
I guess the other piece that we didn't touch on a ton of is just the opportunity to have a women's tournament in general and how that really helps bring more women into the community and gives them the opportunity as like a little bit more of like a comfortable entry point to compete in Lorcana.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that's been my experience. Being able to compete in the women's tournaments kind of given me an opportunity to kind of see that high level of competitiveness that would be way harder to maybe get into just from where my starting point was. Say like getting into like the 5K or 25K. Like being able to witness like what it's like to get in a top 8 of a tournament like that when you start, like because they've always basically treated it as on the same level, at least at Charlie's, at the same level as the other tournaments going on. Like we have a dedicated judge. We go through the process of deciding, you know, do we want to split? Do we want to keep playing? They do a good job of explaining that since it's a lot of people's like first time kind of experiencing that sometimes. This past one, we got to be on stream. It was a secondary stream, but we got to be on stream. We had amazing commentators. Definitely, if you guys want to watch some really cool games, check out. They haven't put it on YouTube yet, but on their Twitch, you can watch it. And there's actually all day. There are really great players on that secondary stream. A lot of like even like local players that I know through Atlanta got featured. So I think it was just great. But yeah, being able to be on stream for the first time, which was such a fun experience. Getting interviewed by V Wonderland, getting to hear a like commentator, like professional Lorcana player slash commentator, like talk about my plays. Like that's so cool. And I'm sure like my opponents equally, who were all fantastic and amazing. I got to play them multiple times actually because we fought each other like in the Swiss rounds, and then we met again at in the top 8. But I'm sure it's like it would be a shared experience of just like being a part of that. It was so cool, and I'm really grateful that Charlie's kind of gave us that opportunity. And I'm also grateful how like uh, at every point, me competing as a trans woman was not never an issue. Like everyone is super friendly, super inclusive, super awesome. And even when something did happen Saturday morning to a friend of mine, the response uh, by Sunday morning. But the response by Charlie's staff and fellow Lorcana players was just immediate. It was the correct response. The problem player was basically disqualified, and all the judges, everyone made sure that my friend was okay, that they're doing fine, and they went on to compete in the ladies tournament as well, and had a really great time. And when fun fact, when I first met her at the previous Charlie's event that had gone on, uh, she saw my pronouns on the melee, because we were using melee at the time.
Mhm.
And so she asked, like, "Hey, are you going to the ladies tournament, or is that how is
Like,
that? Am I like, what's the tea on that? Like, am I welcome? Because you don't always know. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, especially we're in Stone Mountain, we're in Georgia. Like you don't always know. You gotta be safe sometimes. And like being like, no, here it is. Like you're 100%. Like we confirmed it. We talked to Charlie. Even like the intention is, everyone who identifies as femme, who's on that spectrum. Gender's a spectrum. It's whatever. But like, it's intended to be inclusive and be a space for people that would fall on that. So yeah, I think it's been really fun. And honestly, I think next time I'm probably going to enter the 5K. Like, let's go. Like,
Yes.
someone else can win the women's tournament. I can move up. Not that saying like it's
no,
not
I love
No.
that because I
different,
don't
but
necessarily feel it like as you saying like, oh, I don't want to do this event anymore, but it's like, oh, I feel confident. Like I feel like I have like the skills to move up to the next level and feel comfortable and feel like I can succeed in that event. And it's not to say that this event isn't just as competitive, but it is a smaller event. It
yeah,
is not as high stakes, and that's okay. Like there's nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. And I think it's awesome to hear that now you feel comfortable to move up to the next level event and
I feel like
take.
that really highlights the importance of that event is so that people that are not comfortable or unsure if they could do well in that sort of space, that is a good knowing safe space for people to be able to go into that are trying something new and want to know like is a competitive space like something I want to be in, but I'm not really sure if it's going to be really open to me. It's good to know they have Charlie's Collectibles, that is their staff is going to handle it and they're going to be very on top of and supportive of everyone.
Yeah.
and
And
like
I was really happy. We talked a little bit more in depth about like the experience that your friend had at the larger event that required them to call a judge, and it was really encouraging to hear how well the community and judges reacted to that, and as well as the rest of the staff at Charlie's. I think that that's it. It makes you feel good, and like you can tell other friends in the community that might be worried that the space isn't a safe space, that no, like everybody wants you to feel welcomed. And yeah, there's a bad apple sometimes, but majority is wonderful people that will support you if you do run into that bad apple.
yeah, and the ladies tournament just really does feel like it amplifies like everything that really makes Lorcana special and fun. Just being able to like everyone's like, especially in the beginning, early parts, everyone's talking with their opponent like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I have to play this and wipe your board," but like it's really friendly back and forth conversation, and then as you kind of move up, it's getting more and more competitive. It's getting more like higher stakes, and there's a lot of really great team players that are a part of that, and like a lot of them were in the top 8. Like it was a very like competitive event, and it was and, like just watch the streams. Like it was it was not easy wins,
No,
but
not even remotely. I mean, I saw the picture from the top 8 and I recognized some of the faces in it from other events. So definitely a fun event with a competitive group of group of women.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think we've checked through. Ooh, I know what I forgot. Oh, man, I never can remember everything. We had a great announcement this morning for Disney World and Lorcana. We had the Disneyland quest, and now we're finally getting a Disney World quest. There's going to be 2 events as part of Epcot's Art Festival, Festival of Arts. Melissa will correct me on the name. And so those events will be starting in January at Epcot. They did a full post on the Disney Parks blog today. And then I also saw some pictures of the promo cards floating around. I don't know if they were officially announced or what the whole deal is with them, but definitely take a look at the Disney Parks blog to get some more information on the events. It looks like there are going to be 2. There'll be like kind of that traditional quest that we saw happen at Disneyland, where it will be you kind of go in, you get a pack, and then you trade with other people that are in the quest, and then you'll see there's like another scavenger hunt where you go and find it. Sounds like it's going to be like you go find like the big giant cards throughout Epcot, and then you can turn in that booklet and get a card from that. So 3 promos in total, it looked like. So I'm guessing that they'll have like a regular quest and then like the next level, like they did for Belle and Beast at Disneyland. And then the 3rd will be for the scavenger hunt.
Okay, they have been officially released. They are on Instagram. So we have
let's
Pie Slingin' Donald, Rapunzel Appreciative Artist, and Stitch Rockstar. So we have.
Hold on. I'll pull it up. We don't need your green.
You don't want to try and look at my phone screen through a camera?
I was like, my binoculars.
Listen, it's the Pie Slinging Donald, the legendary from Set 5.
Oh, man. I think we just got rated from the ICL. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Liam. Hi, Aaron.
And raid. I love it. We were just talking through the Disney World quest. And I was trying to pull up the cards.
AV Wonderland, I'm so sorry I didn't ask you to sign my doc. Next time I see you, I'll do it.
Wonderland is so sweet. I remember I went to the PPG in Denver and I had the giant thing of bracelets that Courtney made.
Yes.
And I went over to the creators and was like, everyone pick a bracelet. But I had a screaming toddler, so I was like, I'm going to take a lap and I'll just come back. Everybody get ready. Then I came back and he was like, I can have a bracelet. I was like, yeah, everybody take a bracelet. We have so many. Everybody take it.
Ignore my whoop. As I try to. All right. So we have Donald Duck Pie Slinger. I'm excited to see how this looks with the foiling, because the foiling on these promos look really cool.
The Rapunzel, I'm super excited for. It's going to be so pretty.
Speaking of her, she appears. I'm also curious. So this is my like put on my tinfoil hat for a moment. We have cards that are rotating somewhat soon, not like super soon, but like now that we know rotation happens every 4 sets. Donald is a set 5 card. Rapunzel's set 4. So like, does this mean that these are going to be reprints? They're technically like marked as like the set 4 and 5. So they would have to be reprinted to not.
They're not really playable.
Rockstar was already reprinted.
It's on point.
So, yeah, obviously Rockstar was like a reprint, and that's a set 9 but I am intrigued on these 2 cards if that means we'll see reprints of
or if they're gonna use them to push more for the Infinity.
Yeah, that as well. And I guess
only.
that would kind of make sense because we'll have just finished Richmond, which is the last core constructed DLC in the United States, and our next DLC will be in the Infinity format. So maybe they know something that we don't know, and these cards are going to be good post the next couple sets in Infinity decks.
Or we know Rochelle.
Everybody on here is that just joined from the raid is like, oh, cool. This person is clinically insane. They're talking about weird tin hat theories. So hi, welcome. Totally normal. I have great hot takes sometimes.
Conspiracy theorists.
I do love he's a knight. I always forget that he's a knight. It never comes up, but he is a knight. He works with the mines.
7 Dwarfs mines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I've never played him. I've never used that Donald.
I have not either.
I don't think I've ever played him. I don't even know how many of him we have. But, you know, who knows? It could be like the Tiana where it didn't seem that good. Then all of a sudden it's the best card ever. And, oh, man, we only have 3 of her. And there's 2 of us that like to play. And we'll choose a 4 of. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Luckily, though, with that, she is now once again put into the back of the box.
Yeah.
with the new set.
Yeah. Glad I didn't try to get her. It was like for the amount of time that she was good and was very expensive. It was like, I'll just wait till she goes back down. We'll worry about that later. That's a problem for another day. Yeah. My wallet says no.
Very fair. Well, now we've officially gone through the list. Did I forget anything else, Brie?
I don't think so, but my memory is worse than yours.
Alice, did I forget anything?
I can't think of anything. Did we mention the next CCS event?
No, we didn't.
There we go.
But I believe it is in February?
That sounds about right. I know it's not in Atlanta, so I won't be there.
It's going to be in Houston.
In Houston. No, it's in March.
March. Okay, there we go.
Because it's because they said March, and I don't remember what weekend in March, but I was like, because someone asked if me and Joey will be there, and I was like, that's really depends on what weekend it is, because if it's my birthday, no.
That's fair. That's very fair.
But y'all have to. But
I will definitely be there.
Win it.
Yeah.
Well,
and then we could get all the women champs. Like if you go and win it in the Houston, whoever wins.
I love that idea.
Riley. Who won the first one in? She's local. She's in Riley. She'll probably be in Riley. And then because she was from North Carolina, won the first one, and then technically there was a winner for the second one. We ended up splitting, but I want to say it was either my round 6. It was like Team Ohana. She was Team Ohana winner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could all just have like a championship.
I love it.
That
sounds like an amazing idea. We gotta tell Charlie that he needs to do like
or they could give us an invite to the 50K. Just throw us a bone.
Hey, come
I'll
on,
accept
we won
that.
this tournament.
Yeah.
We don't get points. The 5K gets points to go towards the 50K, but the women's doesn't. We get money.
That feels like a miss.
Yeah.
Auto invite to 50K.
It would guarantee more women in the 50K.
I also feel like it would like promote even just the women's tournament.
Just the
like
women's
if it was
tournament.
a pointed event, it would some of the people that would play in like the 5K would play in the women's event instead of the 5K, which I don't think it's not bad to have more
Anything
people
I
in
think
the
you would
event.
just
We would
bring
love
more
more people
the
in the
women's space.
event.
Yeah, my understanding, we did not get any points for the ladies event.
Bummer.
Last time
Well,
they got a print, and then the one before that they got a signed art card. This one we got money. But I mean, I'll accept money, but
that was like
money,
please.
paper.
We got to be on stream, which was awesome. We got amazing commentators. We got to be on stream, and that was really awesome.
We take steps forwards, and we
You got
sometimes
paid to
take
play
steps
Lorcana.
take step backwards.
Yeah.
But it's good that most of the time they're forward. So I'm excited to see the tournament grow, and hopefully you're always welcome here if you ever want to join us and hang out. The vibes are always good on here.
Sleepover vibes from my bed.
Awesome. I am the type of person you need to invite. But feel free to invite me anytime, and as long as I know how to work Discord, because I don't always. But if I do and I see the invite, I'm sometimes free. But
I love it. All
Wednesdays
right.
are also my D&D night a lot of times, so
Okay.
I can't guarantee it. It's a long form
That's fair.
8-year D&D game. We just aren't meeting quite right now, but yeah.
You know, I know D&D, truly the struggle is real.
Yeah.
Getting adults who are available all at the same time, everybody's schedule for 4 hours plus, so you can get a good session in. I'm also a big D&D fan, so I feel that. And I have not played in quite some time.
That me and you each had an hour free was hard enough.
It was.
Fresh.
Yes. I don't have anything behind me on my bookshelf, but I'm also a huge Critical Role fan. And my game room has a bunch of art prints from Critical Role. So definitely a big D&D fan. I have tickets to see them next December. Yeah, next December. They're coming to Texas. I'm very excited about that. We've completely derailed off of Lorcana and wrapping the show up. Nope. This is a standard practice for Brianna.
That is a Wednesday night with Bri and Court.
Nice.
Well, I appreciate you joining us, Alice. We included your Instagram link as well as your deck list in the show notes. And if anyone wants to follow you, please go out there. We've got the Instagram. You're also you're pretty active on Discord. I feel like I see you checking in a lot of the different Discord channels. And if everybody would like and subscribe all the Enchanted Chatter stuff, we would also love that. And it was wonderful hanging out this Wednesday night, and we will see you next Wednesday. Bye, y'all.